Alright everybody, hello. I'm here to talk today about the Sanus Simplicity full motion TV mount. So I've been doing a little work down here in the basement, trying to get that so it can hang there. So you can see I built a little bit of a corner mount, nice and strong actually. Can't move that thing. And I've already mounted the Sanus mount to there. So this is not the first time I've used one of these mounts. I actually have another TV that I mounted with this mount right here, which if you'll notice is a X design across the back. Holds up to 150 pounds. It is for a 37 to 90 inch television, of which I'm hanging 75 inches on the wall today, and that's what my one is upstairs. So I went to Costco, and having experience with Sanus and how great they were, I bought this mount, which as you can see is still 37 to 90, but oddly enough only holds 135 pounds, so we're down a few pounds from the other one. And there's a difference in design. We no longer have that X mount across the back. So when I was looking at this guy, I really didn't see much issue with it, but two things after I really got a good look at it stuck out to me. Number one is the mount points. So if we look here on the back of the television, let's try and get some light here, you can see it's now a cross mount rather than an X mount. And what's really of note is these big, I think they're M8 bolts. You can see how big it is compared to my finger. Big bolts that go into the TV mounts. I mean, this is a heavy TV. Now, what's interesting is if you look at where all the load gets carried, you can barely even see it. A little bit better light here. But these are the screws. Look how small they are, relatively speaking, compared to my other mount bolts on the TV itself. So tiny little screws, 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, that are on the actual mount now. So I don't really like that. I went and looked at the ones that are on the design, the old design, I assume the old design since you can't seem to get it anymore, and I looked at every one of these bolts. So I looked here, 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 here. They're all super big, super strong bolts. So I'm a little surprised at the decision to go with these teeny tiny little bolts because your entire load's being carried on those 4 little teeny screws. And if you're going to move the TV, which keep in mind this is a full motion TV wall mount. Let's look at that again. Full motion. That means it's meant to be moved. So I can definitely see a situation where if one of those bolts cracks, especially if it's a top one, this one, the other one, is not going to be far behind it. And these TVs are extremely heavy. And I wouldn't want to have a child or somebody be underneath it if it falls off the wall. So I hope Sanus has done their engineering homework, because at this point I am going to put this one up because we really don't move this one that far, and it's actually far enough to the ground that it shouldn't have much of a fall if it goes down, but it is a little disconcerting. The other thing that I thought was weird that they changed on the old design on the new design compared to the old one is there's no leveling in this dimension on this new stand. So the old one actually had a set screw up here that if you loosened, you could rotate the entire TV until you got it level and then tighten it up. And I think that's kind of a bummer because these things, if you ever put one of these up, this is now my 3rd one, they are nearly impossible to get perfectly level. And furthermore, even if you get them perfectly level, so here's an interesting little test. So we'll put a level up here. Actually, put it this way. We'll put a level up here, and you can see some light in there. It's not bad. You can barely tell there. It's pretty level. But if I put that level over here at the end where I expect, look at that. So bubble's off. You know, it's off by a little bit. But as I start to move it around, this is where it really gets fun. You can see the level changes as you move the stand around. So I've just accepted this and said as long as I can adjust it after it's done, close enough is good enough. Now on this one, it does not appear to have any level to like this. It's like you put it on here, boom. The best you have is this set screw now, which lets you move it up and down, or sorry, front and back, so you can get tilt this way, and of course you can tilt the TV this way, but there's nothing that allows you to get that level in the vertical plane. So we're going to see how this works out. All right, guys, well, that's it. Still a good stand. Like I said, I think I am going to throw this one up because, unfortunately, I don't have any other options. I can't seem to get the old design anymore. So I hope Sanus did their homework, and I hope these 4 teeny little screws do their job. Fingers crossed. Thanks, guys.